There we go. All right. So welcome everybody to the Rise and Roar Mastermind. I'm Lisa Copeland. I am your host. And first of all, I want to thank from last week when I was at 10X Ladies, Hallie, who ran the show for me, who had Christine Cothran on, who is an absolute just beautiful person, somebody I'm so proud to call friend and business partner. Just a great woman. It was a great interview. It's out on social media now, so if you want to catch that, you can catch it on YouTube also. But today's guest is somebody that is just very near and dear to me. She's somebody that I guess we started working together, me, her, and Elena Cardone, about 5 years ago. Claudia-Ann Hibbert-Smith. When I say this woman is phenomenal, there isn't a word big enough for Claudia-Ann. She is amazing. She's a team player. She is a visionary. She's somebody who walks her talk. And if Claudia-Ann tells you she's going to do something, she does it. You know, there's nothing more annoying than when you're trying to build a business, build an empire, build a movement, whatever that looks like, and you have people in your sphere who tell you they're going to do things and then they don't get it done. And one thing that Elena and I have always been able to count on is the fact that if Claudia-Ann says it, consider it done. And she's a realtor. She's got the largest team in our organization. So she's phenomenal there. She and her husband have got their own private school in Florida. We'll talk a little bit about that. Claudia-Ann is a connector at every level. She got second place in the world's greatest speaker last year at 10X Growth Con. Anyways, there's just nothing that this woman hasn't done. She started out in life, you know, maybe a little bit behind the curve, maybe not, but you know, she made some decisions early in life that affected her entire life. And I just want to bring her on stage right now. She's here. And Claudia-Ann, before we get started on what we're going to talk about, which is, you know, the power of referrals and the power of building a referral business, I need everybody to know a little bit more about you, who you are, what you've done. I've already told everybody what you mean to Elena and I and to our organization. Like, we couldn't do what we do on a daily basis without you. You are our go-to first call woman. If we have something good, we call Claudia-Ann. If we have a problem, we call Claudia-Ann.
So thank you for having me here, Lisa. I don't know if we want to get started. There are 32 people on here.
Yep,
and I'll share with you guys this. If you know somebody should be on here today, I'm going to be helping to change the narrative of where you are to get. I don't care if you've done no sales. I don't care if you've done 500 sales. When we take what we're about to do and what I'm about to teach you today, it's definitely been a game changer for me, and I know it's going to be a game changer for you. And so I just want you to take a minute, just text somebody you know. You need to be on here. Take the message, send it over there. And I also want to take a moment, Lisa, if I could, and not invite, but welcome the people that experienced 10X Ladies with us, the very last. I heard we're going, you know, worldwide. So I got excited about that. But if you are on here and you clicked or you scanned that code from 10X Ladies from when Lisa was speaking about joining us, I just want you to just put a number 1 in the chat box.
Alexa,
if that's
set
you.
timer for 1 p.m.
Can we please, everybody mute? A
1
little bit of housekeeping here. Everybody mute. Sorry, Claudia.
Welcome, Robin. Welcome, Constance. Welcome, Yolanda. I know you guys just got the text message, but I wanted to just give you a glimpse of what we do here with Elena Cardone, Lisa Copeland, myself, and others. Stephanie, welcome. Vicky, welcome. Welcome.
Sharon Lecter is on here. Elena Cardone is on here. So like you know, when the top leaders come in, what you have to say is very important today, Claudia-Ann.
Well, I love it. Guys, my name is Claudia-Ann Hibbert-Smith, and I'll just tell you a little bit about my life. At the age of 14, I gave birth to my son. I was written off. Somebody write, don't write it, but I was written off. Lisa, if you can give me co-host abilities, that would be great.
I'm going to work on that right now because you know how good I am at this stuff.
Well, while Elisa is doing that, I was written off, guys, and I wrote myself in. I graduated from high school, went on to the University of Florida, got my big job. I like to call it just over broke. And I want to clarify that. I just had the wrong information. I had the wrong job. I had the wrong employment. You know, Elena talked about that at 10X Ladies. Having the wrong information can be very detrimental to your life. And at that moment, it was very detrimental to my life. I don't even remember paying bills from paycheck to paycheck. I was literally paying bills that were 3 months behind. And a mentor of mine, which was my 7th grade teacher, guys, my 7th grade teacher, bought a house. And when she bought the house, the realtor became, well, I got to see it. And I saw the realtor make $40,000 in just 60 days. I said, wait a minute, I'm no dummy. I'm smart. I make that in a whole, I mean, it took me a minute. It took me a minute to make that. It made a whole year to make that. I quit my job. I didn't have job etiquette. I didn't know any better at the age of 21, and I became a realtor. But in that very first year of my real estate career, I was rookie of the year. I had made the most sales of all the rookies in all 45 of our offices throughout the coast of Florida. So here I am today. Some of you guys are new. Some of you guys are not with us yet. Say yet. Say yet. Hey, Vicky. Vicky. First of all, let me give a shout out to Vicky for making a decision on the spot, guys. She was a real estate agent in California, and on the spot, she said, I want this. I'm making a change. And she joined us. She joined our organization, guys. She joined, drop some fires or some fives in the chat box. Either some fires or some fives in the chat box, because she joined our team and she took massive action. See, I learned about taking massive action under the 10X umbrella. Some of you guys are gonna leave here, you're gonna say, you know what? I gotta think about it, but I didn't do that. I was on a call similar to this with Lisa and Elena, and I remember them saying the average agent sell about 5 to 7 homes a year. And I remember typing in the chat box, this is not the call for me. I'm doing 80 to 100 deals a year. This is low for me. And I remember Elena typing back in the chat box, no, you don't know it yet, but you're a 10Xer. And so I stayed on the call, and it took me 30 minutes to make a decision. I need y'all to understand what's going on here. I am top 10 of 4,000 agents at a company that literally birthed me into real estate. I was there for 20 years, 20 years. But I was also coming up on my 40th birthday saying I was going to retire. Sometimes we don't need to retire yet. We're just not exposed. We're not exposed. I want you to type that in the chat box. Exposed. Because when I got exposed to the 10X umbrella, I said, wait a minute. I'm very comfortable. I have no mortgage payment. I own my properties over here. But when I got under the umbrella, you know, when you take your glasses off, you start to get real serious about the conversation. I said, I didn't know enough about wealth yet. I only knew what my environment was able to teach me at the time. I only knew enough about wealth based on the environment I was in at the time. So I want to tell you guys something, and I want to leave with this. For some reason, it's just been sticking with me. Everything worth doing is on the other side of the word difficult. And I'm going to repeat myself again. Everything worth doing is on the other side of difficult. I was going to say difficulty. So right now, something could be happening, and you might be saying, you know what, this is so difficult. This is hard for me. But it's going to be worth that hard for you. It was hard for me to make a decision. It was. But I made it in 30 minutes. And I didn't think about nothing else later. I had a little team of 13. I didn't talk to them because I already knew they would sway my decision, and I don't want to be confused. A confused mind does nothing. A confused mind does nothing. And so I want to charge that last quote to my good friend, Scarlett Cardone, because Scarlett from the stage said, and I want to repeat it again, and for those of you who didn't hear me, everything worth doing is on the other side of something difficult. Can you imagine hearing that from Scarlett, the
It was
youngest child
amazing.
of the
She
Cardone?
crushed it. But doesn't that just show us, Claudia, that wisdom comes from all places? Like, you would never think a 13-year-old could get up there and pour into us what she poured into us. Unbelievable,
Absolutely.
right? Like, God makes some creatures just so smart. And, you know, she's 13 going on 30 when it comes to wisdom and life and all of that, right? Elena would just be like, don't be putting 30 years old on my baby girl. But, you know, but just the way that, mama just came on, I'm in trouble.
No, I'm agreeing with you. That chick is wise well beyond her years.
Unbelievable. Oh, it was beautiful.
And for me, guys, it's just been sticking with me. You know, but you gotta be under the umbrella. You've gotta be at the event in December. And this is not for me to pitch that, but I want to talk about the 10X wealth cycle before I go into the presentation. If you guys could mute your phones. And I'm not going over the whole cycle. I'm going over two. Okay. First, we gotta create the wealth plan. I'll be honest with you. If you're on this call right now, that is the beginning of the creation. It is the beginning of the creation of the wealth plan. And I want to go to number two, and I'm not going to tell you the rest. Okay, I learned this from Elena Cardone and Grant Cardone this weekend, and it kind of hit different. I've heard it before, but it hits different because I'm in a different mental space today than I was 2 years ago. You got to generate income. And that's going to segue me into the presentation for today. That's going to segue me into the presentation for today. I'm going to send you a request, Lisa, so that I can share my screen.
Done.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. If you guys are excited, will you please drop a 1 into the chat? Like, this is good stuff. Like, Claudia prepared this for us today. Okay. Like, this, guys, this stuff takes time, and that's how much she cares that she's taking her time today to present this to us. So thank you, Claudia.
So let me just tell you one of the most powerful things in our organization. And this is why it was easy. I knew I wanted to expand, but I didn't know how. Okay. Elena had just become a realtor 4 years ago. Wow, 4 years ago. What experience she has now. But I wasn't looking at that. Some of you guys are going to say, but I've been doing this longer than you. I didn't look at that. I said, how can I become an asset to her? And how can they be an asset to me? Anybody agree that they have the marketing game on lock? Like, anybody agree that they got the marketing game? If I get another email, and I'm so afraid to push the unsubscribe because I participate. I don't want to miss anything. I said, well, you know what? If Grant could do it, I can do it. That was a lesson number 1 that I learned in the organization. So my son, I want to talk about collaboration because I didn't just join a company. I joined an organization of collaboration. And I want to move it over a little bit. My son that I had at 14 is now 31 on his way to InvestFest. He is the social media guy. He's a millennial. He knows what's going on out there in the streets, okay? And he keeps saying, Mom, when they invite you to podcast, yes, you need to vet the podcast, but you need to say yes more than you say no. You're there, but you're not there yet. You still have more to go. And I appreciated that from him. Because this guy started seeing me in some of the same circles, the 10X circle, other circles. And he immediately, once he realized that he knew my son Amari, and then he put the link together and said, wait a minute, that's your mom? I need to have her on the podcast. I said yes. And a conversation moved from a conversation to closing. So on Monday, I did Money Matters. Tuesday, I did Money Matters. I was just not in the room to learn. I was in the room to collaborate with people that I had not known before. And I met a lady from the UK who's now looking to sell her properties. I didn't say I didn't know anybody. I got partners all over. Do we agree that there is at least a handful of realtors all over the world? They don't got to be in my organization yet, but can we at least agree that I can find a partner that could help this person liquidate their property into an amazing asset right here in Boca Raton? Absolutely. So I had a conversation with him. I'm telling you right now, my podcast did the best of all of his podcasts, and he has many of them. They do well. 40,000 views, 1 million views. It literally did well. So this is the podcast. Now watch this. I did not know where this was going to lead. I did not know where this was going to lead. Let me just move you guys out of the way real quick. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. This is where it led to, guys. This is where it led to. This is a real live screen right now. Can you see the screen? All right, great. So I have this podcast interview. Okay. I have it way before March. Let's say I have it in January. Then Rain reaches out to me. Why? Because I'm on my Instagram. I'm on my Facebook. He's following me. What am I talking about? Oh, I just saw my girl Rosemary pop up. Hey, I love that. And I'm talking about real estate. I said, if Grant is in his 60s and he can kill this, I'm only 46. Like I should have the stamina. If he could do it, I could do it. So I'm talking about real estate. He texts me. Good morning, Claudiane. Hope all is well. Are you licensed to sell property in Irvington, New Jersey? Y'all, I am licensed in one place. I am not breaking my neck and driving myself insane to go get licensed in all these states. That's not why I joined the organization. I joined a powerful organization because I realized I can expand my business to not only 50 states, but to 26 countries. Stop thinking small. Type it in the chat box. I'm not thinking small. Some of you would have had the conversation and said, you know, I'm not licensed in Jersey, but I can help you anytime in Florida. I'm in Florida. You would not have even thought to say, wait a minute. Now, here's the good piece. Sometimes when I say that, I don't really know if I got a partner or not. I make a decision and figure the rest out later. Man, you got to write that down. When they called me and said, Claudiane, I want you to be in my organization, I made a decision in 30 minutes and I figured the rest out later. My entire 13 squad came with me. I didn't know if I had somebody in Irvington, New Jersey. I don't even know where that is. I don't know anything about Jersey other than it's next to New York, and people in New York and Jersey exchange a lot. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Stop having limited thoughts and belief. Make a decision, figure it out later. I said I'm not licensed, but I have 3 partners who are. Can I keep it a buck with you guys? You know what a buck means? That's like my kind of slang. Can I keep it 100 with you guys? Can I keep it 100 with you guys?
Let's go.
I didn't know if I had 3 partners, 10 partners, 20 partners, 1 partner. I didn't know. I called out a number. I have 3 partners who are. Okay, perfect. I'm selling my home in New Jersey. I immediately, y'all say immediately.
Immediately.
I text Veronica. I call her. I said, Veronica, who's in Irvington, New Jersey? Because I know Veronica lives in New Jersey. And Veronica is a licensed agent who's in our organization. She's in our real estate organization. She represents for me New Jersey. Well, I don't know if she's 5 hours away. She says, Claudia, and I live in Irvington. I said, oh my God, how amazing. Look at the next text message thread. I don't waste any time. Some of y'all will put this on the calendar and say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do right now today. You will miss the mark every time. And when I hear Grant Cardone, who's teaching Elena's course, by the way, after I hear, by the way, her session, it's right here. I've been digging in this book all for the last 2 days. Say he got a phone call in Arizona from the bank who's trying to liquidate a property, sell a property, but he's at another event. He does not plan to go over here. He literally leaves there and goes straight over there. Is it true that he could have relaxed, mingled with the people, and, got on his plane and went back? Yes, but he was right there. They were ready now. The same day. Look at the text messages. These are real messages. This is a screenshot of my phone. March 7, 7:50, 5:56, boom, 7:50, 8:22, group message. Wayne Williams and Veronica and myself are in a group message. Hey there, Wayne, meet Veronica. Veronica is 12 minutes away from the property. She's a full-time realtor and one of my top professionals in New Jersey with over a decade of experience. Veronica, he wants to sell his 3-unit property. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put you guys to the side for a little bit. Hold on. All right. Here's the property address. Grove Street. Please connect. Wayne, please provide your Gmail or your email address. Good evening. She jumps right in. Man, don't you like a partner that's not lax and lazy? She knows how we roll. We are not 1Xers. We're not 2Xers. We are 10Xers.
I'm going to make them.
Thank you, Sylvia. Good evening, Claudianne and Wayne. Thank you, Claudianne, for the introduction. Hi, Wayne. It's nice to speak with you. You guys could read. I'm very familiar with Irvington Market. And as you know, inventory for 3 families are high in demand. Now watch this. That's all May 7th. They get offline and they're communicating by way of email. They're doing a Zoom. They've done some stuff. April 8th. Great day, Veronica. Yes, thank you. All is well. She's following up. Okay. We still haven't moved towards selling just yet. We just put a tenant in the property. Look at from April 8th to May 12th. They're having some more conversation. We don't have 3 hours to show you all the text messages. I'm pulling the important ones. Never stop following up. Never stop following up. Send me the referral form. Or whatever we got to do, I send her the referral form. I make 30% from that listing. She sells it in 30 days. I'm going to slow down. I send her a referral agreement. 30% comes to me. I did nothing else but follow up at closing. And I got a Google review from Mr. Wayne. How many people wouldn't mind an extra 10,000, 15, 20,000? Talk about a 15 million deal. Let's just do the numbers. Somebody pull out your calculator. Let's just see. Let's use the assets that the lady that I just met has. She already had her assets evaluated. She wants to work with us. Okay? In this instance, okay? Let's say it's $10 million worth of assets. Type 10 million in your calculator. Let's say you're the listing side, but you got to pay out a commission, but you make 3%. So you make 3%. How much money is that, guys? How much money is that? Somebody type it in the chat box. How much money is that? I need some more numbers. I need some more calculators. If you're gonna cheat, just cheat, right? 300K. Now from the 300K, because Elena's already capped. Elena's already capped. I'm not leaving my good friend out of the equation. I was at her seminar. She brought me into her fold. She brought me into her class. I'm not leaving Elena out of the equation. This is Elena's deal. Okay? You created the plan. You made a decision on the income that you're going to be driving in, right? And now we're generating income. Elena cannot go to the UK and sell this lady's properties. Y'all, we know nothing about, well, let me speak for myself. I know nothing about the UK. But I'm going to find a good professional. I've already started searching. I'm already on WhatsApp with her. Okay? I've already plugged her with, not Ryan, somebody in that department because I know what her plan is. Okay? So watch this. 300,000. Elena makes 30% off the top. That's 90,000. Do you think Elena's going to say, oh, no, Claudia, don't worry. I don't need the referral fee. She can take that money and put it in Cardone Capital.
Oh, Elena Cardone's not going to say that.
Do y'all feel do you hear what I'm saying? There's another young lady that I met because I made a decision to attend one of Elena's, again, conferences. We were shooting guns. Her name is Rosemary, okay? I can't see the screen, so I don't know if she's here, but I met Rosemary. And I remember Rosemary twisted her ankle. See, sometimes y'all go to these conferences and then you sit at the same table with the people you know. No, don't sit at those tables. You know those people already. Go and collaborate and meet with new people. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Claudianne, like, let's talk about that. Like, here's an example. So we had about 1,100, mostly women at 10X Ladies, and probably close to 1,200 when you talk about all the people that were working the booths and things like that. And we put up a code, and we said, if you're interested in working with us, and what is our number? How many people hit that QR code?
127 people.
Dang, girl, that number's higher. I was about to say 111, but I thought, that was the last number you'd given Elena and I. So 127 people, right? And so, I said in my speech, I'm like, I'm going to make an ask today. I didn't ask permission to do it, by the way, but I'm going to make an ask today. If you're looking, if you like what you see in this room, if you like us and you want to work with us, then I want you to hit the QR code. Like, you don't get what you don't ask for. And that was my third 10X Ladies to speak at, but the other two, I didn't make that ask. And I'm like, dang it. So, like, do you not agree that no matter where we are, we've got to make the ask? 127 people came forward in that room that want to work with us, that probably may not have ever come forward if I didn't extend the invitation to work with us. Because I think, Claudianne, I think that we're pretty cool. I just do. I just think we are cool people to work with.
I agree.
Compared to the competition.
So now, guys, we go to a closing, okay? And then I send a nice thank you note to Wayne. I send a nice thank you note to my partner, Veronica. I edify her on training calls, and we go to closing. But I want to show you guys something. So Rosemary twisted her ankle at this event. And I remember her leaving I'm looking all over the place for her. I'm like, where did Rose go? Like, where did she go? And when she came back, she said, oh, I had to go get my leg bandaged up, at the urgent care ER. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna follow up with her. I did not know she was getting a real estate license. I put a scheduled text message. Sorry, Rosemary, if you're here. I put a scheduled text message that said this: I just wanted to check on you and see how everything is going with your leg, blah, blah, blah. Ro is my sister now. Like, there's no way she's getting away. Like, there's no way. Like, there's just, our synergies. Like she comes here, we go to dinner, we do this, we work together, we curate together. She moves from New York to West Palm Beach, Boca Raton. I'm speaking with a lady in the conference who's now thinking about selling her home. Y'all, I'm not getting ready to drive to Boca. It's an hour away, but I have representation there. We have representation there. So I want y'all to get out of this thing. I'll stop sharing for a quick second. I want you guys to get out of your own way and stop thinking, you know what? I don't live there. I'm not licensed there. No, you are. You don't live there. You're not licensed, but you have a partner. I don't care if I don't have somebody in my company in that space. I'm going to find another realtor that I'm going to collaborate with. I'm going to tell you what it's going to do. I'll give you an example. It could be a KW. It could be a Century 21. It could be, I don't care what company. I'm going to show them how we work over here. They become the target for me to come over to my company. I'm going to invite them to a Zoom just like this, the training. They're going to see how we get on here and we champion behind each other. And I'm going to help them make some money. I'm going to start in my organization, but if I don't have anybody there, they become the target for me. Because if I could show them the power of connecting and collaborating to create and generate more income, and if they can create more income to put it somewhere else passively.
Well, and I think that is, that is the power and of what we do and the collaboration. And it's so funny because you did not know this, but this morning I did my training on that. And I want to read to you all the power of collaboration, right? The movement of what we do. And this was a quote that Grant Cardone gave me personally that I shared on stage at 10X Ladies, but I think it's so true. Grant said to me, I started the 10X movement because I believed that there were a lot of people around the world like me who saw themselves living below their potential. I was right. Millions of people, like you, Lisa, immediately embraced the concept of a 10X life. Almost instantly, 10X became, I love this, became a verb, not a concept. But it's simple, it's explanatory, it's inspirational, and 10X is for every person, regardless of where they are right now. For the person at zero, for the millionaire, or even the billionaire. And I shared with my group, and I'll land the plane on this because it's important, not this, but it's important to know this. When I met him, there was no movement in 2010. There was no 10X. He was a guy out, he had a sales training company. He walked into my car dealership. And I saw in 15 years that he went from that guy that walked in and sold us sales training for a car dealer to he's built this global movement of billions, millions and millions, tens and millions of people. And from that, and I said this on my training day, and from that movement, he was able to fund the real estate. Because if he did not have those people, the disciples, the people that believed in him, he could not have crowdfunded what he has crowdfunded to build this real estate empire. And why? So he got known, he got attention, he built credibility, he helped other people succeed. From that became loyalty. From that, they became disciples. From that, he built a real estate empire. And that's how I rolled that thing today on the training, which Elena, I am going to send you that piece of it to show Grant. But I think it is so important that we get known in every room. That's where I was going with that whole long story. But we get known in every room. Guys, we can't walk into a room and not be known, because otherwise you're wasting your time. And that's why, Claudianne, you said you sit at different tables. You sit in other places. Every time if I'm with Claudianne in Miami, I'm always meeting somebody new. Lisa, I just met such and such. Get over here right now. I want you to meet such and such. Claudianne, so I don't even get my feelings hurt anymore. I would hang out with Claudianne every single day, every single minute than when I'm in Miami, Florida.
Lisa,
it does you no good.
You text me and said, Claudianne, we have to have dinner. We're going to have dinner. And what did I say? I wanted to have dinner, but I knew what was going to be happening in these spaces.
Yeah.
I was like, let's play it by ear, Lisa.
That's what you said. I was like,
and we end up doing dinner together anyway by default.
That's only because God is good. God is good. And he made sure we had dinner together. But anyways, but guys, like, so I've learned to not even get my feelings hurt anymore when I'm kidding. But again, I don't need to be around the same people all the time. That's the only way to expand your empire, is to meet new people. And that was the most beautiful example, Claudia. And oh my God, thank you so much, of how one chance meeting turned into, number one, a very good connection, a very good referral source, and but a paycheck. Okay, people, a paycheck. I mean, like, let's be real. We get up every single morning to get a paycheck. If everyone can mute, please. Okay, we get up every morning to get a paycheck, and if you're not getting a paycheck, then you're missing it. You're missing it. We can change the world and get a paycheck, just so you know that. And the more money we make, the more we can give. The more money we make, the more we can help other people. So, Claudia and me, Sharon Lecter's on here, Elena, like all of us, like we give a lot of money. We do a lot within our communities, and that's important. But you cannot fund a movement. That's one of our laws of a movement, is you can't fund it without monetization, and you can't monetize things if you don't know people. It's like,
And Lisa, I think we got to back up a little bit.
okay, back me up.
I think we got to back up a little bit. And I don't think it's resonant. Like, if y'all think Sharon Lecter being on here is a big deal, drop a number 5 in the chat box.
It's a big deal.
When I saw that I was going to be collaborating with Miss Sharon Lecter, I immediately ran and got my husband. He loves her books. He loves it. And I only knew her from him because he's the avid reader in our house. And he said, you know what? This is the way it's supposed to be. We are totally different. I'm rah, let's go, do, foo. He's very calm. He's going to read everything. He's always in tune. He said, I probably manifest that in a way. It came through you, but guess what? You're attached to me. This is a big deal. Like, never am I going to take or not be excited to be in a room with Miss Sharon Lecter, like the boss of all bosses. Like,
dude, she's gangster. Just telling you.
And now I see Lisa, my friend, hanging out with Sharon Lecter. I'm like, they don't even know it. Sharon Lecter is my friend too. And one day I'm going to the ranch. She's already invited me. And then to have an Elena Cardone take time out of her day to be here. Guys, we're talking about a big deal. We're talking about a big deal.
You are. And so anyways, guys, we're kind of to the end, but so Claudiane, what would be the big, because anyways, every time I bring you on, I just want to take notes. I learned so much from you. I love your energy. I love to be around you. But what is the big takeaway? What is the one thing you would tell everybody that they need to do today?
Start collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being afraid. Mm-hmm. Find the people you can trust.
Build your empire.
Find the people you can trust, and you run. You run with them. Don't be afraid of competition. It's good to have a little competition. Don't be afraid that somebody's going to do a little bit more than you. Don't be afraid. And really start collaborating with the right people. Grant said, I don't care. I mean, find somebody, find a vehicle. If it's not mine, I don't care whose own it is, but find something. I'm like, no, Grant, we ain't going nowhere else, Grant. No. We've been watching you for a minute. Before I even came into this space, I have been to the stadium. And I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, take it off. I'm like, he's coming in a hell. Like, what? Snoop Dogg? Wait, you friends with Snoop Dogg? Okay, you friends with Snoop Dogg, you good friends with me. Because him and Martha Stewart are like besties. And I love Martha Stewart. But I'm telling you, it like your energy just expands. I know what he was trying to say, but everybody in the class was like, what is he talking about? Like, go somewhere else. Dude, we going nowhere else. We going with you. Because you've tested the system. You've done it over and over again. And if you could mute, there's one time, and I want to open it up for questions, Lisa. I do want to open it up for questions or comments.
Yeah, no, please. If you guys could all mute right now. We've got a couple hot mics. I'm trying to find them. Thank you. Yeah, let's open it up. So, because hey guys, this is a treat to have Claudiane in the house. This is a treat, and so you guys could ask to unmute. Good, really good. Okay, there's a couple of you out there, but if you guys want to ask Claudiane a question, let's do it.
Lisa, go to the participants, and the ones that are unmiked are right at the top. Just mute them out.
Oh, see, they just muted because they know they're about to get caught.
All right, cool. Anybody have any questions for us? Lisa and I, thank you, Lisa, for having me here. It's so great to partner with you with the Rise and Roar Mastermind. And let me tell you something, guys. When we say we're going global, see, I was able to sit at a table last Sunday at 10X Ladies, the club, and I feel like we were sitting in $1 billion. I know we were. We're going big. We don't even go home. We just go big or go bigger.
Well, and I'm going to share this. I told Elena already, so I feel like I can share it. The Sarah, I guess she's the CEO of 10X Health, or anyway, Sarah, the boss of 10X Health, sent me a beautiful text, and it said, "Lisa, I loved everything you said about building the movement and 10X Ladies and going to the arena, and I want to be part of it. I want to be part of bringing women from around the world to the arena for 10X Ladies." And it was just a beautiful text she sent me. And I feel like when you are in a room with like-minded people, with people that are on the same page as you, whether it's in life or in business or whatever it is, you're going to go so much farther. It's like we don't waste time on chit chat. We don't. We're at Elena's house last Sunday, and we were just like, okay, go to the arena. We're going to fill it up. We're going to have 20,000 women. We're going to go around the world. Like, we didn't stop. It wasn't like, oh my God, I love your dress. It's so cute. Like, we might've said a little bit of that, but it was like when you get that kind of energy at the table in the room, like all we talk about is how do we go big and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's a natural conversation, right? Because we're all like-minded. And I just think, again, I literally cried when I watched the video for the last, at the end of Elena's that her team did for her for the last 10X Ladies, because I thought this group has meant so much to me for 5 years. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make the decision. It's not going to end. It isn't going to come back in this forum because Elena's already said that. So we already know that will not happen. But she'll never, ever turn down anything if we 10X it. I can tell you that.
I love it.
Okay,
all right, go ahead, Tanya.
Tanya
has her hand up. Go ahead, Tanya.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Lisa Copeland, and thank you so much, Claudiane Smith. I have a question about the collaboration. I know you mentioned one thing to do is collaborate and look for people you can trust. What are maybe 2 other qualities that make you decide who you're collaborating with?
Lisa, you want to take that one?
Who for me personally?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's great. I look for like-minded people. I just do. I mean, they have to have the same heart for people that I've got. They've got to have the same values that I've got. I won't tolerate people that lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those that do. I'm a lot older than Claudiane. So I've been around the sun a few more times, and I've just, and I've been disappointed in people before. So now if there's even if I look for 0 red flags, 0. And if there's any red flags, I move on. That's me. But but Claudiane, I've been playing this game for 14 years longer than you. And you get burned a lot. And so my inner circle is so tight, it's nuts. So I'm not, like me personally, I'm not super easy to get in with or to, collaborate business wise. Yeah. If we're on the same team and we have the same morals and moral compass in business, then yeah, we can do business together. What about you, Claudiane?
It was a good question coming from Tanya. And to be honest, I needed to hear the answer from you. I have a great level of discernment. I think that's one of the gifts that God has given me. I don't always get it right, but I'm usually hitting it on the target. And I can tell you, sometimes people don't even have to talk, and I've hit the target already. I'm like, or I see a prayer circle, and I'm like, I'm not getting in that prayer circle. But and then people come back and they say, Claudiane, you were right. How did you know to not get in the circle? But that's something that's a gift, and I still do get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. let me just say this. I think I've been exposed to a lot, and sometimes because I'm not familiar or because it's not coming from my culture or my lineage, I'm afraid and I won't go forward. But after being in that space this weekend, like I'm selling my house, it's gone. The guy's there painting it right now. Like, I'm like, but Grant has said this every time I listen to Grant, he said the same thing. Like it's you gotta continue to be in the flow, and you can't do what I did for the first year and said, well, I saw him in the stadium, I don't need to see him again, because he's also growing. He's also growing. Elena's also growing. Sharon's also growing. I'm not gonna hear the
You
same
grow or you
thing
die.
that I heard 5 years ago. It's gonna come different. It's gonna be different. So just really understanding and being around the right people. You know, Sherry says this, be slow to hire and quick to fire. Oh, baby, that's my, don't even work. And I don't mean just in employment. I mean friendships. I mean relationships. I mean, listen, if they show you themselves the first time, so I don't even want to be around to figure it out. I ain't going to be around to figure it out. So for me, because I've been in the space of what I would call the newness, my new level, I've been able to take some of those. I don't take that stuff lightly. Like, I haven't heard Sherry say that in a long time. Like, she could have said it, but maybe I just wasn't there. But it has never left me. Be slow to hire and quick to fire. Don't allow somebody to just sit and just, I don't even want to be that. Like, I don't never want Elena to be like, don't call Claudiane. She's going to suck the life out of her. I don't want to be that person. Because there are people that do that to me and it doesn't feel good. Now I'm drained and I've been relaxed at the spa all day. How am I drained? And sorry, y'all, I feel like sometimes I'm screaming, but I just get real passionate. So you can't just be in the space. Like, you really gotta be, like, you really gotta be there. So Tanya, that's how I figure it out. Like, if somebody gives me I wish I would have figured this out 20 years ago, but I'm here today and I figured it out now. Better now than when I'm 50.
It is better to figure it out now when you're 50. And I love what Claudiane said about being around people that don't suck the life out of you. I feel like Sharon told me one time she helped someone on a book about vampire, and they call them vampires, like people that just suck the life out of you or the blood out of you. And like, so that's the other part to that inner circle question or that collaboration question. If somebody's a vampire, either a time vampire, an energy vampire, a negativity vampire, I cut them. I just do. I know it sounds just gangsta, but
We're going to take the next question, Lisa, but I want to, there was a page in the book. I don't know it verbatim, but it said the middle class mindset. I know Elena didn't do this probably, but then I think the C and the L was crossed out or something. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, how am I able to even figure out all these answers? It's because I've been taught. Like, I'm like, he's like a penny saved is a penny. And I'm like filling out all the answers real quick. I'm like, wait, why do I have not all the I don't want to know these answers. The truth is I've been indoctrinated by my mom and dad, bless their hearts. They did the best they knew how to do, but I don't gotta stay there. I don't gotta stay there. I was amazed. I was like, I would make an A on this exam right now, for real. I don't want to make an A on that exam. Remove me from that. I want to make an F on that exam because I want to get it right. And I realized, and I'm going to say this, I'm African American. My parents are Jamaican, but I'm getting ready to take a community and bring them over here so that they can get what I'm getting. People are trying to figure out, how are you able to grow so exponentially, so fast? And it's because I'm with the right people at the right time. Anybody else got a question or a comment? Go ahead, Rosalie.
Yes, so this was amazing. I got so many quotables from it. Thank you. It's amazing. I wanted to know, when is the next 10X ladies? I feel like I need to be there. This time I wasn't because I'm in New Jersey, but next time I will be.
oh, It will be in the arena someday with 20,000 women, but this was officially the last one in this setting. And so we don't know. It'll depend on all the disciples out there when Elena feels like we can fill an arena of 10 to 20,000. So I would just tell you that you should follow us and follow Elena Cardone, and you know, you'll still get that feeling. And I don't think we're gone forever, but we are gone for now.
Oh man, okay, thank you.
I know.
You know, Lisa, as we start to close this in, and we're gonna take Jenny next.
Okay.
You know, you said, what is my takeaway? And I don't want to change it, but I want to add to it. Sometimes we got to give a little, y'all, to get a lot. We got to give up a little to give a lot. And I'm so glad for a husband that's on board. I like text the photographer in like minutes. And I didn't even have a discussion with him. And then I went to talk to him. He was like, I'm all for it. I didn't even get any pullback. But I tell you this, I guarantee you, if I start communicating to my family and friends that I'm selling my house, I might get confused again. So how do I avoid the confusion? I don't say anything. It just goes on the market. And then I don't know where really I'm going yet, but it makes sense. And I'm beating myself up sitting at the lunch table. I'm beating myself up because I'm like, I heard this before, Claudia. Brandon's not really saying anything different. Why didn't you get this 2 years ago? You know why? Because I went back into the old environment. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all go to church and then you go back into the old environment. You forgot what the pastor said. You went to WealthCon. You went into why do you think they want you to be a part of these clubs that they have? Because they know what you need.
Right. I also, you know, Claudia, you know, you were in a different place 2 years ago. Now you have ears to hear it, right? Like we're all in different places at different times. And so the messages land differently when you're at different places in life. And so it's landed now because you're in empire mode. I know you are. And I've seen that in you the last couple of years.
I was thinking small, Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I paid $485 for my house. It's worth $2 million. Am I going to be able to pay $485? That's a wrong thought, y'all. I need to be thinking about how many more millions I'm going to make. So when I get in position to buy the next house, I'm thinking about all my taxes are going to go from 10 grand. I'm telling you, I'm being honest. I'm like, if I buy a house today, I'm not going to have 10 grand of taxes. I'm going to have $40,000 worth of taxes. But if I change my mindset and start curating money, income, and putting it into other assets, now that I'm doing this, I'm expanding.
Right.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this call. I was fortunate enough to be at 10X Ladies, and it was amazing. I actually went to another event today, and I met another 10X lady here in Port St. Lucie, which I was like, oh my goodness, another 10X lady. So we didn't meet at the 10X conference because she went the one day and I went the opposite day, and we ended up meeting now. And so I'm really excited about this. I did hear Lisa Copeland's call, and I just joined a brokerage, so I'm interested in knowing more of what you have to offer. I love being surrounded by strong, powerful women, and I believe that the Lord always aligns us in a certain way, and I believe in divine connection. So I'm excited to hear more of what you have to offer.
Well, then I need you to send Claudia an email.
No. I need her phone number right now. What's your phone number, Jenny?
Go ahead. You go, girl. Let's go.
347-457-0350.
Y'all see how I was not afraid to just, I'm going to text her right now. I'm going to text her right now. I'm not afraid to do the ask. I'm not afraid. So thank you for that, Jenny. And then we're going to connect just as soon as in 4 minutes when this call is over. Does anybody else, and I'll tell you what, I'm putting my number in the chat box. And if anybody on this call wants to be a part of our organization, this is not something we do. This is not a our organization only call. I'm sure there are other people from other brokerages here. But if it's you and you say, you know what, I want to be the next Claudiane that makes a decision in 30 days and 30 minutes, even though she's been in a brokerage for 20 years, I want more. You text me, want more. Just write 10X. I'm going to know what that is about. Text me 10X and I'm going to know what that's about. And we're going to get you into a call where you'll learn more. Not this call, but another call where you'll learn more about how to align with our team, not only on the real estate side, but also on the mortgage company side, okay? I don't want to leave that out. Anybody have any, we got time for one more question or comment. Hey, Bristol. All right, guys. Lisa, final words from the queen herself.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I know that this was as good for you as it was for me. Claudiane, you are the best. You are your life for me. You know, every time I'm around Claudiane, I'm better. So anyways, guys, thank you very much. Next Thursday, we've got, noon, we've got Michelle O'Neill. She's a top attorney here in Texas, a business strategist. I'm excited to have her next week. So thank you to Claudiane. Michelle's next week at noon. Pass it around, riseandroarmastermind.com. Bye, everybody.